Welcome back, everybody. Today we're here to talk about The Walking Dead Season 10 finale. And a little bit of a theory that I've been hearing a lot on this channel. A lot of people have been commenting this theory. And I'm interested in it. I think it's a really, really good theory. And we are going to be hopefully getting some more news throughout this month of July. Hopefully it's going to be a pretty big Walking Dead month. I know for the last couple months it's been pretty slow with everything going on. But yesterday they released a new Negan comic. I made a video on that if you wanted to go check it out. And then later on this month we're going to have San Diego Comic-Con. It's going to be the virtual Comic-Con, which means that I think everyone can watch it from home. And The Walking Dead AMC will be there to talk about the finale. We don't know the air date just yet. We're hoping for a July release, possibly August, but we will see. But I wanted to talk about this theory because the season finale looks to be a really big episode. I mean, they're doing the whole panel on the season 10 finale. Well, they are also talking about Fear the Walking Dead and The World Beyond, but The Walking Dead will have its panel talking about the finale. And this is definitely, a very odd situation because usually at Comic-Con they're talking about the next year's season, but they don't have that yet because they haven't started filming yet. I think we will get an air date, when San Diego Comic-Con comes around, but we'll talk more about that, when we get closer to that date and any new information we get. They're probably going to drop like a trailer or something for the finale, which I'm very excited about. But we do know based on other interviews from the past from cast members and showrunners and executive producers, there's been a lot of tease about this finale and some big stuff is about to go down. Specifically the last 2 minutes. Now I did a Q&A also a couple weeks ago, and a lot of people were asking me about what I think that last 2 minutes is going to be like, because apparently it's going to be like a jaw-dropping finale. But I am seeing people ask a very specific question, and I wanted to talk about this in a video to see what other people think, because I do think this is a very solid theory and I could see this happening. But basically, a lot of people have this idea that maybe that jaw-dropping moment is Maggie killing Negan, which I think would definitely be jaw-dropping. So when they say there's going to be a jaw-dropping moment, that definitely fits that description. But let's talk a little bit about how and why this could happen. So we know Maggie is coming back 100%. She was in the trailer. When they announced the Comic-Con lineup, Lauren Cohan, who plays Maggie, is going to be there. And I want to go ahead and read real quick what Maggie is going to be doing this season based on what Angela Kang said. Now, this is from a while ago, but I wanted to read this as a refresher because it's been so many months. But this is what she had to say about Maggie. So when asked about Maggie's big return, Angela Kang said, "We'll see Maggie come into the show, and there's not much I can say without being spoilery, but Maggie is a part of the heart of these people's lives. There's so much love for her within our communities, and she was a leader at a time when so much of the leadership at Hilltop had been lost. Even as we're working on season 11, we've got so much great stuff planned for her. So I'm just excited for her to be back in the family and for us to do more great stuff with Maggie." Alright, so leader is the big part there because we lost a lot of the leaders on the show. Rick is gone, Michonne is gone, Ezekiel is still there, but he's not there at the moment because he's with Eugene and Princess and them. The kingdom has fallen, but Ezekiel is always going to be a leader for his people. And yeah, Maggie also being the leader of the Hilltop is gone, but now she's back. So I think that's why this theory is very popular, because especially with Rick being gone, because she was in disagreement with Rick. And Michonne is gone too. Michonne is also holding it off, Remember, Michonne got mad at the Oceanside women because they were killing saviors and going against what Rick said. But now both of them are gone. Yes, Judith is there, which I think is a very important piece as well, because maybe she will say something, It will be interesting to see if Judith stands up for, Negan. I think she will, because think about that. Not only is Judith, close to Negan in a way because, she was the one talking to him when he's in the cell. Negan saved her life. Rick and Michonne, her parents, both wanted Negan alive, especially, Rick was the one who started it and Michonne followed it. And now since both of them are gone, I think it'll be pretty cool if Judith stands up for Negan. But What do you guys think about that possibility? Maggie killing Negan. Um, it's an interesting one. It's a really good one too because again, Maggie is right now probably the biggest leader there, and if she wanted to, she could. And Negan is not in the cell anymore, which is the big thing that a lot of people have been saying. Because if she comes back, which she is, she's gonna probably see Negan out of the cell. And regardless of what happens, I really want to see that reaction. I think it's gonna be really interesting. I don't know if it's gonna be like an instinct to just like kill him or something. When she's fighting the Whispers and she sees Negan, maybe she assumes that Negan is someone who's already who's like with the Whispers, because I don't think she wasn't there with everything that Negan has done. And yes, they have been writing letters to Negan, but no one really likes Negan that much. Like no one's like a big Negan fan to write like, okay, Negan's did this and Negan did that and Negan's a good person now. Like, did anybody really write those in the letters? I don't know. I feel like there's more important stuff to talk about than Negan, because Negan isn't really, no one really like cares too much about Negan. He's just a guy in this cell, but he somehow got himself out, and he's doing his thing. Carol's helping him out. I remember Carol made a promise with him, but then we saw what happened. Carol just sort of left, and we don't know what's gonna happen there. But that's why I think this theory that Maggie killing Negan is definitely possible, because I don't think anyone is like dying to vouch for Negan, like I don't think anyone's gonna really do that except Judith. She's like the only one I could see doing that. So I don't know if Judith is gonna be there in a moment. But specifics is what a lot of people kind of see happening, is that Maggie is just like fighting the Whispers and killing the Whispers, and in the middle of the war. And then they see Negan there, or she sees Negan there, and just like has that instinct to just kill him because she's assuming the worst. Especially since Negan does had that Whisper mask and stuff like that. So we'll see if he still has it or what's going on. But I mean, that would be quite the jaw-dropping moment. I don't think Maggie returning is a jaw-dropping moment, because they've already announced that a long time ago. So that's why I wanted to make this video, because that's like one of the theories that I've been reading about that really stuck out at me, because that would be pretty intense. Like, all things are sort of pointing at like it's gonna be a big character death. I think they even said that not everyone is safe. It's been a couple months, and there's like been interviews like every few weeks. So there's been a lot of interviews, and everyone's saying that not everyone is safe, and just sort of scaring fans, which obviously they're gonna do that. They're not gonna say like, oh yeah, everyone is safe, but you get it. I mean, even The Walking Dead did like a fan mail or something, and they said, yeah, someone's gonna die. I think that like the question something like, is it gonna be like an Andrea death based on the comics, because this is around the time that Andrea died in the comics, and they pretty much said like, yes, it's gonna be a big thing. And I'll tell you what, like Negan dying would be a big thing, because he's a huge character now. Now, I quickly want to say something that happens in the comics. It's nothing too spoilery, but in the volume of Lines We Cross after the Whisper War and stuff like that, Maggie gets really angry at Rick because Negan is free around this time. It's pretty much the same time that we're at now that Negan is free, both in the comic and the TV show. But in the comics, it's different because both Rick and Maggie are there, and Maggie is like really angry at Rick. But Rick isn't there anymore. So that's the thing, like since Rick isn't there and Michonne isn't there, I think that's why, it could entirely be possible, this could actually happen. Now, a rebuttal to that is that Maggie and Negan have confronted each other before, but that was back when Negan was in the cell, and it was pretty obvious and clear that he wasn't escaping or anything like that. But now if she sees Negan, I think, she probably is going to assume the worst, right? Because this is the guy who killed Glenn. So I wouldn't be surprised if that is like a jaw-dropping moment in it. Another rebuttal I sort of have, because I'm not, I'm just giving both sides of the argument. I'm interested to see what other people think. I'll give my stance in just a second, but another thing that might be interesting to look at is that Negan is a pretty big and important character, and with the show losing a lot of characters now, with Rick and Michonne, and Carl, Glenn, and I mean those characters were different situations, but you get the point. Like, the show has been losing a lot of its major characters. Maybe they want to keep Negan around. Negan is a likable character, I think. Most fans like Negan, I think. So I mean, I know I don't mind Negan. I think we know Negan's a good guy now. So I think fans are okay with Negan, so maybe they want to keep him around, especially since a lot of the other characters have been gone. But my stance would probably be like I think Negan's gonna be okay. I think he will. That jaw-dropping moment in the last 2 minutes, and I love this theory so much because my theory originally was that maybe the last 2 minutes will be like the Commonwealth reveal, which would be like jaw-dropping, and like the more I kind of look at it, like it is pretty cool, but is it really jaw-dropping? I mean, yes, it depends what they show us, but a lot of people are already expecting the Commonwealth. Um, so maybe it's gonna be this. I really like this theory. This is like one of my favorite theories I've read about. For this final 2 minutes. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Do you think it's possible? Do you think it's possible for Maggie to kill Negan, or there's no way that's gonna happen and Negan is gonna survive? And if you don't think that's what it is, let me know what you think that last 2 minutes is gonna be about. But I am gonna wrap it up there for this video. I just quickly wanted to talk about this theory and hopefully start a discussion in the comments down below. I'm definitely interested to see what other people think. So again, let me know all your thoughts and opinions in the comments down below. Like I said, I am gonna wrap it up there. So hopefully you guys did enjoy. If you did, be sure to leave a like rating, and for more Walking Dead videos, be sure to subscribe. I'm sure we're gonna get some more a lot of more news this month for the season 10 finale because of Comic-Con. So any news we get, I'll definitely be making videos, so stay tuned by hitting the subscribe button. As always, thanks for watching, guys. Please stay safe, and I'll see you guys soon.